All right, guys, how's it going? So, Manuel Ugarte, very keen to join Manchester United. Might even have joined them at the time of recording. He wants to move. Now, hey, Manchester United, they're showing some intent, aren't they, guys? They're doing some business, some serious business. Them fuckers. They are. Their fans aren't going around going, it's too much money to spend on someone. They're just like, let's make this fucking team great again. That's what they're thinking. That's all they're thinking. And who knows what'll happen. But they certainly look like they're getting the shit together, or trying to, and that's the most important thing. And, obviously I made a video the other day about Lenny Yoro. Man United fans jumped on it. A lot of numpties, obviously, but I think that's the younger fans that are a bit thick. But the more mature people were like, hey, they just basically said, yeah, nice one, subscribe to your channel, blah, 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 which is interesting, right, because they're United fans. But they were saying, like, we're not a banter club anymore, we're under this new ownership, this new structure, it looks like we're getting our shit together. And they do look like that, whether you like the fuckers or not. And we don't like them, but that's, we can respectfully dislike a club, right? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I hate Manchester United, but I can still acknowledge that they are a brilliant, massive fucking club. Do you know what I'm saying? And you need that rivalry. But you don't have to run your mouth like a 10-year-old all the time, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so they've done their bit of business with Lenny Yoro. I know they've done other stuff, but the Lenny Yoro one was, Liverpool would seen him as once in a generation talent, generational talents, would do anything to get him, anything but sell the club to him, or the idea, or say, we know you're young, but you've got Virgil, and Virgil will be going, and you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so in time, Virgil will be going. So they've done that. Now they've got Manuel Ugarte, looks close, right? Now, if you remember correctly, well, I'm half asleep, I'm sorry. If you remember, a few weeks ago, I remembered saying to you about the rumours that Liverpool were unhappy with the Chesterfield agency over the Manuel Ugarte situation, because it started to come out or sound like that Man United were making a move on him. And Liverpool had allegedly been told, you'll be at the front of the table, you'll be in there and all that. And we talked about it over a couple of videos. I'm getting a message. Who's messaging me? Okay. We got it. I feel like starting this video again, I'm sorry. We went over it a few times, right? That disagreement, what might have happened, but maybe it wasn't like a big deal, like a big drama, a big falling out with Chesterfield, but Liverpool just felt a bit pissed because they hadn't had a chance to really get in there or whatever. And I remember, I think one of the last things that I said was that maybe the Chesterfield agency just knew that the kid wanted or fancied the idea of going to Old Trafford, and maybe they were like, look, he doesn't want to talk to you because he wants to go there. Maybe that kind of stuff was going on. But it started to look like Manuel Ugarte was not going to be an option. And I remember saying to you, I'm watching everything at the moment to do with him, right? Because we know that there'd been conversations and things like that. We know that Liverpool looked at him previously. But it doesn't come as a surprise to me if he goes to, it won't come as a surprise to me if he goes to United. Which would be disappointing, I think, because he's a very good player. But I think that Liverpool, have looked at other players in that position and maybe favour them. I'm just not sure. Or maybe that's me just trying to make myself feel better, because Ugarte was, has been on the radar for a long time. Edison, for example, Atalanta. I received an email overnight regarding a defensive midfield player that Liverpool have apparently inquired about. And I'm going to make a video about that in a moment. So, why am I making this video? I'm making this video just to say I don't know about you, but me personally, I'm not surprised with the Ugarte and United situation if he does sign for them. Not surprised at all. And I don't think I'm pissed with Liverpool at all either, because I just think that when it became obvious that Chesterfield were not pushing him in the direction of Old Trafford, but that there'd been conversations and that United were closing it, I just get that feeling that Chesterfield knew that the kid had that kind of desire to go there, maybe. So I'm not really sure Liverpool have done anything that we could be critical of, because, as supporters, we want to blame everyone when we're not doing well in the transfer market, and the arrivals are maybe, it's annoying. Liverpool fans at the moment are, stressed the fuck. I'm not, believe it or not, because I still know there's 6 weeks left. So I'm not too concerned at the moment. I mean, I wish I was seeing activity, but we're not. And Richard Hughes suggested that it would come later in the window. It's a bit of a gamble, personally, I think, because, the later into the window, that maybe players have had their futures resolved and things like that. And also selling clubs need to replace that player, maybe. So it's quite a bit of a gamble. Now, we had Richard Hughes talking about an opportunistic approach to transfers later in the window. And that the only thing I can think of there, and I've not mentioned this before, I mentioned it on a stream yesterday, I was just thinking about it, and I thought, well, an opportunistic approach to transfers in the window, later in the window, people automatically assume like hijacking deals and things like that. But I was wondering if that meant being interested in a player, and there's not a lot of interest in that player maybe from other clubs. So the clubs, that the selling club, the holding club can't play you off each other and stuff, like no bidding wars or anything. Let's just say this player is £40 million, and Liverpool know at the beginning of the window, or now, they could pay £40 million and have him. But it would be opportunistic, wouldn't it, if you left it right to the death of the window and said, there's 30, 35, take it or leave it. Because that club then, if they're willing to do business, is going to be like, well, this is our only chance we've got right now. Possibly, they could say, well, fuck it, we'll dig in, we'll hold on to him. But you know what I mean? Don't lose your mind over it at the moment, guys. Don't lose your mind. We're used to this anyway. I think if the transfer window slams shut and we haven't done well, then there'll be hell on. But I think that they're gonna play on this. The new head coach needed time to evaluate his squad. Do you know what I mean? And then they're going to drop contract extensions, and that's like a new signing, isn't it? Good news, that, isn't it? So, but I have to still believe that we're going to do something, and I do believe that. If you come on a live stream with me, there'll be one tonight at 7, all being well. I have to believe, that there will be something. And if you come on a live stream, you ask me, people come on, do you think there will be? And I'm like, yeah, it has to be. There just has to be. But it's a very strange policy of what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think some fans, all you're doing is helping FSG and the ownership when you agree with the shite they come out with. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all know that the new head coach wants to assess his squad, but we all know what he's got in his fucking squad. We all know that. We know the players that are older and will be leaving soon. So what they're waiting for? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're telling me that he doesn't know anything about that squad before he came to Liverpool? It just doesn't wash with me. And when you agree with it and go, no, he needs to assess his, he needs time. We ain't got fucking time. You see, Manchester United right now, they're showing real intent. They are showing intent. Whether you want to admit it or not. And I know you might come back with, well, we want to pay, we should never have paid that for Lenny Henry or whatever he's called. You know what I'm saying? He only had a year left in his contract, he's kicked. Nah, fuck that, it's not our money. And besides, I saw this argument that was put to me. Buying young players like Lenny Yoro, spunking the money on players like that. We don't want to end up with that. That's what someone said. We don't end up doing that. What about the younger players, Quansah and stuff, you know what I mean? Right? But this isn't what it would be. They said this was a one in a generation, generational talent or something. So if it's someone that's so special, make it happen. You pay a bit more. If it's something you really want in life, you pay a bit more. Even if you know you're overpaying a bit sometimes. It depends how much it means to you, right? And I know that they had like you wanted guarantees, or that's what we're led to believe, because then it gets the fans on side. We're led to believe that you wanted guarantees over playing time. Well, my argument would be, look, Virgil's coming to the end here. We don't even know what he's going to do. We've got all these different competitions. You will play. Just like if anyone's good enough, you will play. No one should get a guarantee. Virgil van Dijk shouldn't get a fucking guarantee. So I get that. But if you can't sell the club in other ways, then maybe you're not suitable in that role that you've got. Because I'd give it a good go. If some kid said to me, well, I can play more at United, that I would have to find the response to that, wouldn't I? Yeah, but we're at Liverpool, man. You know what I'm saying? We're fucking Liverpool. I know what I mean. But I'm being chilled. But anyway, this video is not about Lenny Henry. This video is about Ugarte and not being surprised about him favouring Old Trafford. So I'm all right. I'm chilled, but I'm still a bit squeaky bum. But there was apparently Liverpool made an inquiry last night for a player, and I'm going to make a video about it right now. I don't know what time that email was sent to me. Early this morning. Right, okay, I know it's a shit video. But yeah, the purpose of the video is to say I'm not shocked about Ugarte. I think that little bit of a ding-dong, or like Liverpool being unhappy that they weren't getting a chance, it's probably because Ugarte wanted to go there all along. So that's it. It's a bit of business. It's done. We move on. If a player don't want to play for Liverpool, I ain't got a problem with that. I've got a problem with the people that think they can manage our expectations. If you appreciate the video, not if you agree with me, if you appreciate the video, even if you go, well, load of shit, just give it a thumbs up, all right? Help a brother out. Apparently that's what the young kids, like, hey, what's up? That's what they say, they do all these little graphic things where it goes ping, ping, subscribe, and all that. No, just fucking, I like a thumbs up, mate. You know what I'm saying, girls? On you. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, the super thanks button, it's that love at it, that, and I'll give you a shout out in the morning. And leave me a comment. I'm getting a bit depressed now talking about Manuel Ugarte and Lenny Henry, Lenny Henry, whoever he is. We'll see. Drop me a comment.